Live, it's the Fans Perspective. I'm Tyson.
And I wish I wasn't Josh. God.
Welcome to the show. Man, there's so many great things to talk about this week.
Just one. Again. Not that many. Just
lots, buddy.
Mostly bad.
Lots, buddy.
Mostly bad.
That's what I love about you. You're consistent.
Holy shit, it's been a painful year for me. Holy hell.
Like, why would you want your teams to do good? Because
it wouldn't make sense.
No, and I mean, you're so used to this now.
Could you imagine if my teams were winners? I wouldn't know what to do with
You'd
myself.
probably be hard to take by now, I would say. Like,
I would be ignorant, and this is for the best. This is for the best.
I'm thinking so. I'm thinking that's probably how it should work. So, lots of stuff to talk about this week. We got lots of hockey talk. Couple big things let's go over right now. It is Game 7 night up in Saskatoon.
Yes, sir.
0-0 is the score. 15 minutes left in the second.
The Bedard Show is on the road tonight. Saskatoon heavily favorites at the start of the series, but anything can happen in Game 7.
Anything can happen, and when the All-Star is on the other team, you just never know.
Yeah, go for the head, boys, because if you want to win, you got to take that guy. They take him out in any way, shape, or form,
yeah,
it's over.
Yeah.
They win. They got to do it.
You know what I think, though? If Regina does get through, they're going to get blown out next round.
I think so, too, but I want them to keep going. And if Saskatoon can barely make it past one guy, they're going to get blown out, too, in my opinion. So I'd rather see Bedard on the next round and get some more points. So it's the end of his career in the dub.
Yes, it is.
So
he's one way or another, when his WHL season ends this year, he's moving on.
He's moving on, and well deserved. And but I want to see him go as far as possible and get as many points. The fact that he has 19 in this first 6 games,
crazy.
Man, let's make it 22, 23 in 7 games.
Could
I want to
happen.
see it.
Could
Could.
and could still lose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
could
for
still
sure lose with that many points. And the other big game tonight, Calgary Trails after 2.
But that's already over. I explained it to Tyson. He just likes to rub it in. He just wants to bring that shit up. We don't even have to talk about it at this point. Winnipeg already won tonight.
Did Winnipeg win?
It's over. 6-2. They're dominant right now.
Wow.
So ever since they went on their skid.
You have to win tonight.
No, it's over.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
No,
win or lose, it's over.
You have to win.
No, they're done. I called it. I called it. You can go back in the tapes. You can go back in the tapes. When they lost to Chicago, the season was over. Didn't matter what happened after that. It was over.
I know, but I liked for it
to be
like
you're enjoying this too much, so I am mathematically fuck math. There is. I never did well at math, and it doesn't matter today.
Oh.
Flames are done. They're a bunch of bootses, and they wasted my time for about 79 games this year. So
it was probably 81 now tonight.
Moving on. I ain't paying attention, so no, they're not.
Actually, I could talk about this pretty much all night. This topic, if you
what
like.
a loser! What a straight up loser!
Oh, and they're look at here. They're showing the highlights of Winnipeg and San Jose.
Erik Karlsson, 1,000th point or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
EK. And the Sharks did their best,
He's
obviously.
a stud, man.
Yeah, he is.
He's a stud. Well, they did their best. They're just not good enough. Winnipeg is playing really good hockey right now.
Yeah.
They want it. They know that they've got to fight
of.
with Nashville and everything. So
it should have never gone bad.
No,
into this.
Since January till about 2 weeks ago, they were the worst.
Yeah.
But I think they realized, holy shit, we're about to be out, and they've just turned it on.
Pop quiz for you. Can you tell me who the hell the best would have been since January?
I don't know. Maybe Vegas. They're in first in the West. Maybe Boston. They're the best in the East. I don't know. It'd probably be one of the 2 best teams.
Wrong on both accounts.
Nobody gives a shit about the Oilers.
I'll give you one more.
Look, the Knights got him by 2 points.
Yeah, I know, but the Knights play back-to-back against Seattle now.
Seattle's not that good. Knights will win both.
And Edmonton plays. Actually, Edmonton's got a tough schedule. Colorado, I think tomorrow night. Colorado.
And then Minnesota?
I can't remember who game the second one is actually, but we just need a split by Vegas.
Easily possible.
And if we win both, we're number 1 in the West.
That's right. It wouldn't matter. They're going to lose
Give a little
anyways.
applause to that, man. I am so freaking excited. I can't wait for our playoff preview.
We're not doing one. I already canceled it. My Flames aren't in it. We're not doing it. I'm canceling the show.
And I got some great ideas.
Don't want to hear them.
So we're called. Oh, this is really cool. You'll enjoy this. It's nothing to do with the Flames because
they're not in the playoffs, so they don't get involved.
That's why I'm telling you, there's nothing to do with them. So you're gonna like it. Yeah. Sucker back, buddy. I feel your pain, but I don't.
Tonight is brought to you by Wild Turkey Long Branch, and I might drink the whole bottle.
Anyways, we call our show The Fans Perspective. So on the playoff preview, we're going to phone some fans up.
And get their predictions?
Get their playoff predictions.
I like it.
Without warning.
Oh, I like it.
Fans out there, like, if you see
have your phone in hand.
Yeah, be ready. We're putting you on
like
the spot. Like, get your picks.
I like it. We're not calling only Oiler fans, okay? Jesus, Tyson. I know that's your idea. We're just going to call all of his family members. Jeez.
Actually, my immediate family.
Yes,
all
that's
Oiler
what I
family,
meant. Yeah,
or Oiler fans. But my oldest brother is like a dumb Senators fan. I don't get it.
Oh, smart man.
And he came from the Islanders. Like, he was an Islander fan growing up too. Like Mike Bossy, Brian Trotch.
Well, that I can understand. They were amazing. Yeah,
they were until
they aren't anymore.
Until they ran into the Edmonton Oilers in the 80s. And
Gretzky showed up, just like McDavid showed up. It's like the Oilers, they're pathetic. They just wait for their one savior. They get them, they use the shit out of them, ship them down to L.A. and move on. And the franchise is in pandemonium for 30 straight years as they get 5 first-round picks as they just tank again. And
I'm no psychologist, but I sense a little bitterness.
A lot of bitterness. I hate the Oilers, and I know they're going to win this year. It's killing me.
Oh, buddy, you can sip out of the cup, too. There's a little room on the
I don't want to touch that cup if they're on it.
The fun part is I'm actually going to have a ring on the 6th finger this year, so I can use my other hand now, too.
Oh, my God.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6.
He's struggling to count it.
How many does Calgary have?
1 right here, and you're looking at it. One finger, and you know which one it is.
And we'd also like to welcome all the fans watching on YouTube. Please like and subscribe when you're on there.
We haven't had them on YouTube for a while.
No, we've been
welcome back.
You betcha. We've been doing a couple of different things with the phone call interviews and stuff like that.
Which we've worked that out. They'll be on YouTube coming forward as well. They'll be through video interviews.
Probably the next big guest we have, maybe, eh?
Yes, sir. That would be cool. Yeah, we'll have that set up.
We have just a little hint. A local celebrity.
That's right.
Will be coming up very soon.
Yeah, very excited. It's super cool.
Yeah.
Another girl.
There's
the last hint.
Yeah. But local celebrity, stay tuned, be listening. Not sure exactly on the date yet, but it'll be coming very soon.
In the next few weeks, it'll be one
betcha,
of those. Yeah.
You betcha. And lots of other exciting guests. Like I got, wow, if all the guests come on that I've invited, we're going to have some crazy shows, man.
Full-time show.
Yeah, full-time.
I'm in.
We can talk about Flames.
There's a rule.
Yeah.
After the regular season, they don't get brought up again until the draft.
Until the draft.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kidding. You can make fun of them all you want, but that's what I would prefer.
I wouldn't agree to it anyway.
I didn't think so. I was going to make you sign something, but...
So, you got a little excitement you probably want to talk about before we really get into the hockey.
Yeah.
I'll let you break it. I mean...
Sure. Yeah, of course I'm excited. With Lamar potentially being been gone so long. Yesterday's signing, which was huge for the Ravens, the highest paid receiver they've ever had is $6 million.
Yep.
And they signed a guy to guaranteed $15 million, potentially $18 million in Odell Beckham. That's a huge deal for them. They've never gone out of their box.
Yeah. And
I'm assuming it is trying to lure Lamar to stay home.
Trying to make him happy.
That's right. And he's, because I wouldn't want to stay there either if it's just going to be the same old song and dance. They've realized they can't win that way in the NFL. You do need some offense.
So they got Andrews. They got Odell.
Bateman is healthy.
Probably can draft another receiver.
Yeah, they are looking at one in their first drafted pick.
Yeah.
They are looking, that's kind of where it's looking in the pre-draft ranks. And they also got, which this signing looks a lot better now, Aguilar for $3.3 million.
I forgot the ex-Eagle.
That looks like a great signing now, right underneath. That makes the best receiving core, and then you throw in a healthy Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins as running backs, which are both healthy right now, which have never been.
No.
That makes a much better offense than we've ever had going in.
So you're feeling optimistic.
If we can have Lamar back, I am feeling optimistic for a better offense.
Yeah.
I'm not predicting any amount of wins or anything, but our team has done pretty well without one. So I do believe they would do better with one.
The Lamar talk is actually quiet.
Yeah, it's awesome. Oh, God, it's made me just sleep at night.
But you still want it over by the draft, I believe.
Yeah, well, I think you do, but now I don't think they give a shit anymore.
No, you don't think so?
Nope. They have receivers. If nothing happens by then, they're not going to get rid of him. And he said he'll play under it. Yeah. He's got his best friend. They trained together. Him and Odell trained together. They celebrated last night together after the game in Miami. They went out to the bar together.
Did they train at the Bud Light, the Anheuser-Busch facility?
None of that. That's in St. Louis.
That guy there?
That's in St. Louis. Plus, I'm not sure Odell could fly there right now. He's got to drive.
Boo. Boo to Anheuser-Busch. Like,
okay, your beer.
Notice.
We're not saying anything about anything, but there is no beer on the table tonight.
I just want to show you. No chiladas. No. So I love my Bud Light. I love my chiladas. I do not support what happened, so you will see nothing of me.
And I don't.
Mine there.
And here's the thing. Me and Tyson both, we'll just put it out there. We don't not support anybody in anything, but we don't feel that a beer company needs to go out of its way to promote one or the other. Yeah. Your beer. Stick to beer. I'm sick and tired of everything I love having to become politics. Yeah. I'm done with it. I don't support one or the other. You won't see either on mine. I love everybody.
This is my thought. If you believe in one way or the other, that's fine. Good on you. But don't force it on the next person.
That's right. I'm sick of anything being forced. Yeah. Just like Oiler fans. Forcing their love onto everyone. Oh, it's pungent. It stinks.
You know, the funny part is probably won't have to force it much longer.
Oh,
there'll be bandwagon jumpers. Like, it's gonna be just like stick 'em.
Well, luckily I've got a sprained ankle. There'll be no jumping in my house.
Well, I seen you play volleyball. There wasn't much jumping.
Oh, what? I could jump. I could jump. White men can jump. So yeah, I'm happy about Lamar.
Yes, good.
The whole Lamar thing, because I think with this Odell coming, I think Lamar is happier. I think he might sign. If he doesn't, he's staying. We're gonna get a season out of him, and then who knows? But I just think it's the most positive thing that has come out of the Ravens camp.
That's the most positive news you've had in your sporting team for months.
Except for, actually, am I wearing the Ravens? Yeah, okay, I'm wearing the Ravens. But them Orioles, I'll tell you, had a good game today. They're up and down. They're young.
Yeah,
they're young, but they played great today.
Megan texted me here this week, and she says, I'm a little worried about Josh. Like, I know you're trying to sway the boys to some better teams, and I'm all on board with that. She said because they have to feel better about their sporting teams than Josh.
Jesus.
But she says, all seriousness, can you maybe swing Josh? Like, he's underperforming at home here.
Oh, my God. And I have never underperformed. It's just a size thing, guys. It's just I'm performing at maximum.
Take it for what it's worth. He's underperforming at home. And she feels that if you would cheer for better sports teams, your performance would,
We're going to get her on the phone. We're going to get her on the phone. We will see how I am underperforming. I actually believe that she did text him. That's the worst part.
I'm just saying. That's all.
Hey, I got the Orioles. We're looking up. The Ravens things are looking up. The Flames, who cares? Riders, there's positivity there. Pretty excited.
There is one good thing you can look up to now.
Rider season coming up.
But I had a special delivery for you tonight.
Chicken
I brought
wings?
you 22
pounds of Wing It wings from Centennial Foods. Brett and Tyson hooked it up. Somehow arranged a drop from Regina to Tyson's, from Tyson's to my house, and they're now in the freezer.
They're here, and I had them twice, Friday and Saturday.
Did you really?
Yeah.
And how were they on the 8? And Tyson got himself a new Traeger.
Excellent. And the Traeger's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Right
I got to work on my Wi-Fi a little bit. I'm having trouble connecting with my Wi-Fi. It's maybe slow. I don't know what it is, but
I'll come out. I can play with it too. Yeah.
Sounds good. I heard you're good at playing with things. But,
I'm pretty good, especially large items. The grill's pretty big. We should.
Yeah, I heard a kite or something like that.
Good night, Jim Kite.
But anyways, so got those wings, and the night before, or the first night, I'll say, tried the wings. Dirty Bird, and I'm trying to think of the other name.
Oh yeah, the Whiskey Bent's Bird. Yeah.
So,
and then the Pecanery.
Yes. Yep. Yes. So kept them separate. Liked them both. Really liked them both, actually. The salty, the sweet.
Yep.
Then I talked to you on the next day, the Saturday, and you said you always mix them together.
Blend them, yeah.
Blend them. So that's what I did, and it was a hit. Everyone loved them that way the best.
Okay.
Yes.
You get that both.
Yes, you get the sweet and salty within the bite.
Yes, exactly. And there's actually another blend of whiskey bents that I'm going to hook you up with.
Yeah.
Out of this world.
Yeah, it was tremendous. So I was having fun cooking out there, and it doesn't take very long, 25, 30 minutes. You got a nice crispy wing.
Yeah, those wings are unreal.
Yeah,
they're
they
star
are.
Of the show.
They are. So I was very happy.
Better than when we made them super hot?
10 times. 10 times. I actually got to enjoy these as they're going down, before.
Did you need milk?
I was hoping like I could digest them and maybe exit them all in one swift motion.
Oh, holy shit.
Literally, that was holy shit.
Oh, boo.
Oh, Jesus. You can tell he's an Orioles
I'm not a basketball
fan.
fan.
Yeah, that's how the Orioles pitch. They
what?
miss.
One
they miss,
6-1 or something.
They miss the target generally.
Oh, whatever. Orioles are doing good. Jays are doing great. They're coming along. Vladdy's starting the season unreal.
Toronto's pitching has been a little poor, actually.
That's really been their heel so far. But that will come.
Oh, yeah. That'll come.
They'll end at least 500 this year.
I would say, that should be Vladdy's average.
Yeah, I think so.
48 to 56 homers, 130 runs batted in.
That guy will pull his hammy way before
Well, he might pull it. You never know. But he's got people who do that for him.
That's true. He's a Blue Jay. They do all sorts of weird things.
And hey, I'm excited. Tomorrow night's the home opener. We get to see some of the renovations in Toronto.
That's true. 280 million, is that right?
Yes.
Crazy.
Phase 1 of 3. So, and I watched the video, seen some of the, highlights of it, and looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it will. They'll do it right.
It's kind of all these ballparks are going to kind of group areas where you can stand around the table and order your burgers kind of restaurant style and drinks and still stand and watch the game.
I see a ton of NFL stadiums within their end zones.
And it's a little cheaper for the seats, but you're spending money for the food and the drinks. But it's more of a kind of like going to the bar, ordering grub.
Instead of the game being on the big TV, it's right there.
Only you're live. Yeah.
Wicked. I think that's a great spot.
I think it's great. Like for the fans who maybe don't care so much about whatever sport they're in, they like the
experience.
They like the experience.
That's perfect.
Really don't care so much for a team like we do for our teams. That is perfect. Like for my wife, for example.
I was going to say a date night. Take the wife to a game. That would be ideal.
My wife is not a big sports fan, other than when our kids are playing.
Yeah.
But to an event like that, you take some friends with, and the girls maybe have similar interests, and they can
congregate together. They're not stuck in one seat in the stands.
Yeah. Enjoying themselves, having a few drinks, and giggling and laughing, and the guys are doing the same, but they're watching the game.
I think that's perfect. That's where I would be at.
Oh,
because I'm new to baseball. Everybody knows this. That's where I would be at the baseball game.
I think that's a great idea.
Me too.
Great idea.
Food, booze, sports. Give it to me.
Let's give the...
Yeah, nice work, boys.
So Major League Baseball has done a lot of things for their fans. All the
this
rule
year
changes,
alone was huge.
Yeah. All the stadium upgrades are going the same way, kind of, for the fans' experience. I know it's a big market, right?
Yep.
Everyone's competing for the fans, but it seems to me like baseball's listening.
Yeah, they're more flexible. Like, they NFL shuts everything down. They seem like the most. It's our way or the highway.
Yeah,
we don't listen to jack shit coming from the outside.
No.
They asked for rule changes this year, and they shot every one of them
and that's
down.
sad. That's sad.
One was
there has
challenging,
to be some decent,
which we've talked about.
Yeah.
So has everyone.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we need to be challenging. They brought up the term. It would be belittling the refs. No, we're helping them. They don't get to see everything, and this fixes the game because you don't think that they're not pissed off after the game when they missed a call and it's on them. There's guilt there. They feel like shit. They get booed out of the stadium. If they make a wrong call and then it gets fixed, nobody remembers that they screwed up.
I would say most referees, if they make a call where they're not sure of and had the ability to,
they'd love it.
And they are getting better. They get together. They do a little huddle. But if they could take the pressure off themselves for making a bad call by changing the call, hey, I think they'd be happier going home at night as well.
I agree. I would if I was a ref.
Oh, I would too.
Yeah, my opinion.
I don't want the Super Bowl, like it was, happened there on that penalty. I don't want that on my resume.
Yeah, I don't want anything decided on a penalty that could have been one way or the other, if it could have been.
Yeah, and all those penalties seem to show up big.
Oh, they do. They're momentum breakers.
They
right?
are.
Because they get under your skin as a player, as a coach. Things change because then emotions get involved. You're like, you're screwing me, this and that.
Yeah.
You play a little different because now you're angry. You're trying to prove something different.
And the pressure on the officiating crew then gets amped up even more.
That's right. And now all of a sudden everything's a whistle. Everything becomes something else. Yeah.
And are they, all of a sudden, are they officiating properly then because they made a bad call one way?
They're not. A lot of times they try to fix it.
Yes.
And how do you fix it? By not taking it away. You give the other guys a chintzy one as well.
Yeah.
And that's no good either.
No, it's not
happens
fair.
in the NHL all the time.
Just because you missed that one call in the one team, is it fair to have a makeup call?
It happens all the time. You even hear sometimes the announcers go, "Oh, well, you knew that one was coming."
Yeah.
Oh, how did you know that was coming? Because everybody knows. These poor refs are under so much pressure.
Team X has had 3 straight power plays.
Yeah. Well, there's another one coming to the other guys, finally.
Yeah.
Within seconds, bam, arms up. There it is. And you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, so let's switch gears a little bit. And I know you watched it. I've seen some video of it. Masters.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I love the Masters this weekend. I did get to watch quite a bit because we were up in Calgary.
Yeah.
And Megan's uncle, where we stayed, he's a big golf guy.
Okay.
So we were watching, and both of us kind of also not huge Live Golf Tour member fans. So we were rooting against them, but they're one of their main guys. He was leading the entire time.
I know.
And so we were sweating a bit. Yeah, and then he had a great tournament. He absolutely choked on day 4, which was just perfect for me. Yeah. But Phil, the Thrill old man lefty, set a course record.
I know.
And damn near stormed up the leaderboard to win. And now him winning would have been the worst case scenario for someone who doesn't love the Live members.
Right.
Because he's the most outspoken of them all.
Yeah.
But the fact that he got second is pretty amazing. So tied for second was 2 Live members. But first place was PGA. Rombo, baby. John Rahm, the Spaniard. Cool story about him is when he was a little kid, like a wee baby, he was born with a club foot, like facing backwards, upside down.
Really?
Like absurd, man. Yeah. So they had to break it multiple times, like 15 times.
To get it
corrected. And then because of that, when you're breaking a kid's bone so many times, and he was in a cast for like 2 years, every 3 weeks a new cast. Different angles.
Yeah.
His right leg is not as long. Okay. His foot is not as mobile, and his ankle barely moves. So he's had to create his own swing. He does not have a full swing.
He's got his own style.
He's got his own style. He had to create it. And that's why he's a bigger guy as well. He has to have a little weight, a little oomph behind. But his story's cool. He's a sweet kid, and he's already... What is it? It's April. He's won 4 tournaments already. 4 tournaments. I think it's 4. A bunch of top 10 finishes. He's already over $13 million in first place in the world.
So you're a fan. You're a fan.
I'm a big fan of Rombo. I was a huge fan of that win. He's a good guy. He's easy to follow, easy to love. He's a dad. Family was there, all that stuff. I love that no one from the Live won. And all in all, it was great other than poor Tiger. I don't know if that's the last time we're going to see him or last time for a long time, but
I heard that
he got injured. He struggles to play in bad weather.
Yeah.
And his team should have known that Georgia was going to have some bad weather coming in. He should have pulled out. His body's in very bad shape. From all the vehicle accidents to the torture he put himself through training, he's an animal.
Yeah.
Nobody trains like Tiger.
Isn't that crazy? Because he's not even that old. Or not what I would call
As for
old.
golf, though, like he's one of the oldest guys in the tour. You know, like they go to the senior tour at that point.
He can't be much older. He'd be my age, roughly.
Let's find. I think he's 50.
Okay, well, he's a little older than me then. But still.
I'll find out.
I feel like I'm in my prime.
I believe we are.
You've seen me in my hockey game.
We both are in our prime.
Parents' kids hockey game. Like, I was lighting it up.
What year were you born?
77.
Okay, he's 3 years older than you.
Okay, so he's 49.
Yep.
Or will be 49.
Yeah, will be
on his date.
And so, yeah, he's not that old. But as for an athlete, the way he does it, the way he trains. So I'll give you a little rundown on how he trains compared to other golfers.
Yeah.
After his round, All the other golfers, like John Daly's, all that, when he played.
Did he have girls in that?
This was later even than that. So just
okay.
that was a full-on gymnastics session at the end of the night. This is before then.
Okay.
After you go to the clubhouse, a lot of the guys, especially back when he was in his prime,
Yeah.
they were animals, kind of like the NHL used to be animals after games.
Yeah.
They would ask him, John Daly would ask him, hey, come for a drink. And he'd say, no, man, I can't. I got to go to the driving range. Go for 2 hours.
Just
Walk back in and just work on every club. And he'll tell you how many times he hits each club the same amount every day.
Okay.
Grabs his driver, 50. 3-wood, 45 shots. This, and does it all.
Yeah, has a routine.
It's crazy. And it's huge, and it's long, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's after a round of golf, don't think. And they don't get to be in golf carts because it's PGA. They walk all day long. It's a long day.
I do something very similar with my fork. To the plate. Yeah.
So then he comes in, and Daly asks him again. He said, all right, I'm already a whole bottle of Crown Royal deep. I'm on my second full bottle. Daly goes, now you have a drink. And he said, man, I can't yet. I got to go work out now.
Yeah.
He goes to the gym. 2.5 hours. Goes to the gym straight. Comes back, he's drenched. Comes in the clubhouse where they all change and whatnot. And Daly's like, all right, man. And Daly said, I'm absolutely wasted. I just finished my third full bottle of Crown Royal. By the way, if you don't know who John Daly is, he's a legend.
Yeah.
Down his third bottle. And he said, all right, Tiger, have a seat with us.
Yeah.
We're having a good time. Everybody was wasted, John said. Like, everybody. There was about 12 of them. And he said, here's the thing. If I was you, I could do that. If I did this like you, I'd be the worst golfer on the tour. I can't do that. I need to train.
Yeah.
I'm not good enough. That was his attitude. I'm not good enough. And the craziest part was the next day, him and Daly were paired together, and Daly beat him by 4 strokes. But that's Tiger's routine.
Yeah.
That's how crazy his lifestyle was. And then the aerobics were later. That was much later.
Yeah. Can you imagine how good John Daly would have been, though, if he'd have
I compare him to the Phil Kessel of the NHL.
Yeah.
Do you know that Phil Kessel has never, since he joined the NHL, done a workout outside of team workouts? Not one.
I know.
Not
I know.
one. And he's been one of the better
He's an
players
Iron
on
Man.
every team he's ever been on.
And he's an Iron Man.
He is an Iron Man.
Yeah. I think, I do believe in working out and stuff, but I think
more or less just a healthy workout is good. These guys that get extreme,
there's
they get
a line
injured.
you can cross.
Totally. You need a bit of weight.
Yeah.
There's nothing like our grandmas and our parents used to say, you're getting too thin, the
old adage, like, you got to have a few extra pounds in case you get sick so you can weather through the storm.
That's right.
Bit, eh?
That is a real thing. My grandparents used to always say, like Josh, my grandpa used to say, make sure we'd be out at dog races and whatnot, Grandpa Pete.
Yeah.
And he'd help me pick up chicks. I was 10 years old, whatever
Chicks
I was.
or chicks?
Chicks.
Chicks.
Oh,
okay.
And he would be like, I was too skinny. There, that's a big one. She'll be able to cook, son. You want to find a girl that can cook for you. You always used to say, pick one of them bigger ones. I was like, Grandpa, no. No. And he was hilarious. But it's a real adage.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you, I think it's a real thing.
That was high priority.
Ben Roethlisberger, as much as I hate the Steelers, he was resilient, but he got crushed in games.
Yeah.
Never worked out. He just did team workouts as well. Big, thicker guy. Kind of looked unshapely, like a little bit thick.
But he was surprisingly very athletic.
Very athletic. Could you imagine if he would have trained like a Brady did and whatnot?
Crazy,
He'd have been awesome.
Or not.
Yeah, maybe been injury prone. Probably more athletic.
All of a sudden, maybe they kind of overworked themselves and just...
Well, you do wear out your own muscles, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we don't work out.
I have no...
That's why we would, guys. We would. We are the epitome of peak fitness. But why would we want to be hurt? We got things to do.
I gave it some thought, and then I seen a Lay's commercial on the hockey game.
That's
and,
true. They are delicious.
They reached to my heart.
That's true.
It's like
I'm more of a Miss Vicky's guy, but Lay's are good.
They were talking to me, and I got what they were throwing down.
Yeah, it was delicious too.
After the commercial, I went to the cupboard and got a bag of chips.
Pringles, baby. When they pop, you can't stop.
They tasted great.
Yeah, they were good, and I didn't feel bad about it.
No, I didn't either.
Never got injured either.
No, until the next day, and then I said, well, that won't happen tonight.
Yeah, but it does.
It does, yeah. It does. And you bastard, you had to bring the Hawkins cheesies last week.
Hawkins cheesies are delicious, and those are Canadian, baby.
So I was listening to our podcast last week, and I'm hearing myself chewing these damn Hawkins, and I was goddamn hungry just listening. Like, we were enjoying the hell out of them.
We should have had them on the video tonight. We could have advertised for old Hawkins.
It's kind of, that sound was as soothing as running water almost. Like
Now the Hawkins cheesies, I don't care who you are.
they're the best.
Rick, they are as far as cheesies go.
Oh,
they are the very best.
Throw the crunchies out and get some real cheesies.
Get Cheetos out of the way. Puffs.
Yeah,
garbage.
Puffs are garbage.
Garbage. Those are for children who have no teeth.
I wouldn't give Puffs to my cats.
Yeah, we don't buy them. They're disgusting. Plus, if you got kids, you give them Puffs, there's orange shit on everything. They touch it, Levi licks his face, then he touches the floor, then he touches the couch, then it's on my computer.
Speaking of Levi, he's probably a changed man tonight because I put his hand on the logo.
Actually, Megan just texted. She's going to take him in. She thinks he might have herpes. He touched your Oilers logo. We're going to go get him checked. Hopefully
tie game.
Holy, look at that Stetcher. Actually, that was probably one of their biggest moves they made at the deadline there, for sure.
So I know you've been downplaying this shit tonight.
No, it is a meaningless game.
No, they still, if
Winnipeg wins out, it's over.
Yeah,
and
but
they're
Winnipeg has a very tough schedule now.
Have you seen the way they have been dominating, though? It hasn't been like they've been barely winning.
I do not trust.
They had a 6-0 game, a 6-2 game.
I don't trust Winnipeg. I don't.
I trust them more than the Flames. I'll tell you that.
The worst thing that can happen tonight is that Calgary wins in overtime.
Yeah, that ends it, I think, right there.
No, it does not, because Calgary and Nashville both stay alive yet, because Nashville has the game on hand.
I gotcha.
So
yeah, no, I have zero faith, guys. I'm really not worried about this. Haven't really checked it out much tonight because it's after. If Winnipeg would have lost right before, I'd have been very vested.
As a good friend and podcast partner, I got you.
You know what? You don't got me.
When the
you don't got me. You was bugging me before the camera even came on.
When the playoffs start, I'm bringing a little surprise for you.
Actually, it's hilarious. I'm moving to Trinidad and Tobago during the playoffs.
They
don't play hockey over there.
You're going to feel really good about this.
No, I'm not.
And you can come down and join my family in like a game or two, and we'll enjoy it together. And, baby steps.
Oh, man. I don't know if I would be willing to drive and put money and fuel into my vehicle to watch an Oilers game. I'm not sure. Guys, let's start a poll. Is that, as a Flames fan, is that even legitimately... I don't think that's okay.
Well, as an Oilers fan, I could tell you I hate Calgary.
See?
And I can't cheer for them. But... I could. There'd be one way I could cheer for Calgary a little bit.
If they were playing the Knights?
No, if Natasha hooks us up sometime with like a interview with some of those guys, then, I might soften my stance a wee bit.
I'd love to. Blake Coleman would be one that I want to interview. I know he's a barbecue guy. Yep. Likes himself some barbecue.
Okay, well, that would be cool.
Blake Coleman would be a good one.
That would be cool. And maybe...
I don't want to interview... he would be a cool dude. No Kadri. I do not want to interview Kadri.
No.
Probably end up in prison after I cut one of his fingers off. I am not a fan of Nazem Kadri.
Hey, and CFL. So it's moving on to the middle of April. We still got a CFL special.
And our special guest should, the one we're going to be interviewing next, should give us some insight on a little bit of that too.
Oh yes, another hint.
I think she should have lots of information for us, little bits and pieces, obviously stuff.
That'll be a great interview. I'm super stoked.
I am too, and comes from a huge family of Rider fans, so that's cool.
Huge sports family.
They are a huge sports family.
Yeah, love it. And so I'm super stoked. And when she got back to me, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool that she's from here. That is super cool.
Yeah, so that is fun. And moving on. How's your weekend?
Weekend was good. Easter, I headed up to Calgary. You called me on the way, which was super cool.
That was fun.
I did get to listen to it that night, actually. Once we got to Uncle's, you already had it uploaded for me.
Yeah, we put her up.
So we threw it on his stereo there in the living room, and I listened to it. It sounded pretty good for being a driving one. And I got to be honest, we meant to take the truck. It just never panned out. Ended up in the car, and that thing is the loudest road noise vehicle in the world.
I thought it was good.
But yeah, I thought it sounded pretty good. I got up there, watched the highlights from that game, which was awesome.
Yeah,
the Gophers made it all the way, and then Friday we went to the mall because the kids really wanted to. They had just their money was burning a hole in their pockets, of course.
Oh yeah.
So we took them shopping. I just don't have the money in the pocket. It's just on fire.
No.
Parker got himself.
Oh yes, tell me what Parker got. What did he get from the Easter Bunny again? Could you tell me? I seen a photo.
Yeah, he got himself a really ugly T-shirt. Has a big Oiler logo in the middle of it. He got some chocolates.
Oh,
I can't remember what he bought though. He bought something.
Let's give a little applause to the Easter Bunny.
He bought something. I'm not sure. Lily bought some makeup stuff. Levi found himself a new Flames hat. He bought his very first hat he's ever
Poor
owned.
Bastard.
So he loves it.
Poor bastard.
It looks good on him.
I think I'm gonna convert him eventually.
And then we were supposed to take the kids to the Science Center.
Yep.
But Megan's uncle texted me, and he's a bit of an animal. And he said, "You're not going to the Science Center, are you?" I was like, "Well, I mean, it's my family, and everyone's going." He's like, "Well, that was our gift to you guys. And I ain't going." He's like, he wasn't with us.
Yeah.
He was calling me. He's like, "How about we meet for some cocktails?" I was like, "I am so in." I looked at Megan, and I'm like, "Meg, Kim's had a long day. He was at work. Maybe I should go for drinks."
Yeah.
So we ended up at Joey's restaurant.
Yeah.
And I had multiple cocktails. I had a Guinness, a whiskey, a this. He drank a bunch of weird Budweisers because he's a Budweiser guy.
Yeah.
We're not going to take that away from him. I tried. And then we went that night. It was our night to cook. So we made some homemade steaks. I don't know if I said
and pasta.
Yeah, steak and pasta. He made a homemade sauce. It was amazing. And then that night we just chilled out, drank some whiskeys, sat around the TV. And then the next day we did some Chinese traditional stuff at the cemetery, and then went down to Chinatown and ate at Silver Dragon, which is our favorite down there. If you ever get in Calgary, Silver Dragon we've been going for, and Megan's parents been going since the 80s. They know the owners. It's an amazing place. And then watched Justin's demise on Saturday night, which hurt me badly, being that I know the family so well. I was texting Braden during the game.
Yeah.
And I was able to text Justin and talk to him after the game for a few minutes.
Oh, cool.
And Braden quite a bit, and his dad Mike. Yeah. And I just told him, kind of like, just I love you guys. I know this has got to be just gut wrenching, of course. Yeah. And that, I thought Justin played a hell of a game. It wasn't for him. It should have been a 6-2 game.
Yeah.
He single-handedly in that third period when the shots were 15-1 was the only reason that it was close.
That's the toughest thing in sports. It's a lot easier to get eliminated early than to get eliminated at the end.
Make it all, and then be up 2-0, right? But it was like, we talked about it before we went on air here. This is no slight to the Gophers. They had a great season and a great team.
They weren't the better team, though.
But they weren't that night, because I believe exactly what you said. They played not to lose instead of playing to win. They got that lead, and they normally do. They normally do get up on teams early, but I've never seen them sit back.
No.
They normally continue on, or they might have a lapse for a few minutes, and then they're like, holy shit, we got to turn around. And that game, not one moment after they scored their second goal did I feel that they had momentum at all, other than 3 mistakes Quinnipiac made. We got on breaks, and we missed the net on all 3. But that was the only time we had pressure, was on a couple mistakes. Other than that, Quinnipiac owned us.
I didn't like the game Cooley had. I did not. He was in the box a couple times.
Yeah. I didn't agree with that last penalty.
Yeah,
I
would have took
I think
them
they should have both went.
Should
have just been, and that cost them.
It did.
That penalty did.
Yeah.
Because that's when they pulled the goalie in a 6-on-4.
Yeah.
With all the momentum to begin with.
Right at the end of that power play as well.
All the momentum already. 2-man advantage. You kind of felt it was coming, but I was just believing. I knew Justy had shut the door. I knew there was a chance the kid is that good.
Yeah.
But that Quinnipiac team, they had fate on their side that night.
Well, you were just wondering, could they hang on long enough?
I was texting you. I was just like, this doesn't look good. Like, my God, come on. Help him out every time. I was just like, I felt bad for Justin back there, just on his own in an island. And multiple shots and moving over. Some didn't make the net, but man, diving everywhere because they were coming from everywhere.
Throwing yourself,
And one of his saves was a full-on moving top-shelf shoulder save on the blocker side. I will tell you, being a goalie, that I don't know many goalies that could have made that. There was a screen in front. He saw the pass, slides over, arm up, and that was going bar down.
Yeah.
It was a great save.
Yeah, it was. And it'll be interesting what his decision is for next year.
Yeah, I pray that he doesn't have to make it.
Yeah.
That he gets a call somewhere here.
Yep.
And, hey, Justy, come on up, because I think he deserves a chance.
And obviously, from year to year, who knows, in the university,
right.
that program could be in rebuild, depends who comes.
No, I mean, the 3 guys today went to the NHL. Yeah, 3 of their guys today played. Nyes, Cooley, and Lacombe are all playing tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They played national championship Saturday. Monday night they're in the
signed a
NHL.
contract and
On Sunday.
Yeah.
Saturday played. Sunday signed a new contract. Monday in the NHL.
yeah, crazy.
Pretty cool.
It is.
But that's how stacked that team was.
Yeah.
And that's why it's more disappointing than ever.
It is. And
They had the right team, the right guys, and they just didn't play the
work
game
out.
they needed
Here's
to.
a breakaway for Calgary.
Oh,
Mangiapane missed.
He didn't even get it off. It was a blocked. Tyson makes stuff up. This is ridiculous. Can we put something else on? Or can we just watch my Orioles highlights or something?
No,
They won.
I don't mind watching this, actually. It's a big game.
Not a big game.
I do have to check in on the WHL again.
Yes, please do. I'd love to know how Bedard is doing.
Yes, because it's very important.
Yep.
And
that is more important to me tonight.
and I'm cheering for the Blades. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I know. You're an asshole.
I kind of, since, I think I told you, since my daughter is going to university there, and
Got a soft spot for the team.
Yeah.
What's score?
1-0 Saskatoon, start of the third.
Oh, it was 0-0 going in. I thought it was 1-1.
Yeah, no, 0-0. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
1-0 now, Saskatoon.
Do they show shots or anything like that?
I'll click on the game here. I knew you'd be.
I'd like to know what those are at. Yeah, see if any goalie's down on his head or if Saskatoon's been dominating. Because that's another person that's played good for Regina. Their goalie has played well.
Here we go. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming slow. It's coming slow. But
Yeah, I don't got good service down in the basement.
Well, no, I don't have good service anywhere, so it's got to be my phone. It'll come. Oh, here we are. Okay. So Saskatoon, through 2 periods, is out shooting Regina 30-15.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Doubling them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's how this series was supposed to go. And if the right team wins, that's how it'll finish. It'll be a 3-0 game. Shots will be 40-20.
Saskatoon is the better team.
Much better.
We've talked about that.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to see Bedard in his last year do a little bit more in the playoffs.
When I think about Regina, and we heard all kinds of rumors going up to the trade deadline that he didn't want to be moved. That is Connor Bedard. But to me, for the team, it's such a wasted opportunity.
It was.
They weren't built to win this year.
No, but they were loyal to him, and I don't mind that either.
They were, but
for the team, I think, yeah, it was a big disappointment.
We all know, as general manager or head coach, it's not what you've done for me lately. So what are you doing for me today?
He must have done a lot for that team for them to look at it the other way.
Okay,
you got to think of that, because he said it. He came out and said it. The GM said he asked not to be moved. We're not going to do it.
But do you think a year from now, the owner, the fans really care when
they don't
4 and 48?
They don't, but he obviously did more for him than most players have ever done.
Oh, I won't disagree with that.
Because no general manager makes that move just because he's a nice guy. There was a lot more going on there, and he has been the entire team. Without him, they're not even close to the playoffs.
Probably.
They don't make any money in the stadium all year, and he probably looked at that like he's the only reason that they were the second most lucrative team in the WHL
I believe
this year. For the first time in the top 5 in the history of the Pats is what I heard.
But will they remember that 12,
He
16 months? He will.
The owner of the team will, because that was finances.
So?
Oh, yeah, that's huge. This might have set him apart for years.
Yeah, but what I am always
saying
saying
the fans is different. They won't, but they don't get to make the decision. Though.
And as soon as the owner sees earnings dropping a little bit, it's like,
But their earnings have never been good. I've been to one game there where they had no one in the stands.
I don't know.
He filled them.
I don't know if junior hockey is a lucrative business anymore, like owning them. I think it's more of a who's who kind of league.
It's a status thing.
Yeah. But
there are certain teams I think that sell quite a bit. I bet you Swift guy does okay because you've told me how big their arena is.
Yeah.
And they service a large area of fans.
They do.
So a team like that might be okay.
But I think it's all because they're like the Rough Riders. They're not privately owned.
Yeah.
So
damn near a publicly
owned team, and lots of sponsorship. But I think breaking even, maybe making a slight profit is probably a good year.
That's a good year.
Yeah,
I would think in the WHL.
Swift sold the farm a few years back to go to the Memorial Cup, which they did.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it just puzzles me because we know Connor ain't back next year.
And we know even if he wins past this round, they're done. They'll probably lose 4 straight.
Yeah,
because the rest of the league is insane.
All the top teams won quite handily.
And easily.
Yeah.
There's a huge gap.
There is. The top 4 and the bottom 4 were night and day difference.
Night and day. So, yeah, and so I understand that. Me being a fan of him specifically.
Yep. Can you imagine, though? If Connor Bedard is on the Winnipeg Ice, or if Connor Bedard is on the Kamloops Blazers, a team that is guaranteed to go to the
they would have already won. They would be over. Other teams would just folded at this point.
That's so. I'm putting the fan in me.
A different fan, though, not the Regina fan.
No, not the Regina fan, but the WHL fan. And I wanted to see Connor Bedard in the Memorial Cup.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. Yeah.
So
it's not gonna happen though.
The selfish part of me asked for that, but I didn't get it.
No, and I listened to the interview and everybody expected it. And then I don't know, owner or whoever it was, he said we couldn't do that to him.
And he's going to be an Anaheim Duck probably.
Yeah,
the odds
so,
are.
Which sucks. I would love to see him in a Canadian market.
Yeah, Edmonton. He probably long.
Let's be honest,
McDavid.
I'd rather have him there than down in the States. He would destroy the Flames for a long time, like McDavid's going to do, but. Anybody that goes down there,
McDavid? Yeah. I missed that.
Yeah. Anybody that goes down south is lost. Nobody realizes how good Corey Perry and Ryan Getzlaf really were until they hit the playoffs. All season, you don't hear about them because it ain't on our TV unless they're playing a Canadian team. There is no advertising. There's no marketing.
No, there isn't.
And those guys, and just like the Chicago when they had Taves and Kane, come playoffs, everybody knew who they were, yada yada. Yeah. But if they were in the Oilers. Everybody would know. If they were with Montreal, Toronto, Calgary, even Vancouver, any team, Ottawa, we have the market for players.
Hockey is our life.
It is our life.
Hockey is our life.
Fuck, Canada sucks. All we got is hockey. Don't take our best players. Like, Canada blows right now, man. It's.
We do have the Oilers.
You've got the Oilers. And out east they've got the Leafs. And that's for at least 4 games of the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
At least 4. Sometimes 5, sometimes 6.
This is on a little...
Never 8.
No, this is still a hockey topic, but a little different one. Did you hear anything? I read an article about Arizona, and they were kind of getting a stadium thing all organized and whatever, and now the bottom has fallen out.
No, I have not heard about it.
So they're in this 5,000 seat temporary stadium.
The mini rink.
The city they were negotiating with, everything seems to be falling apart there. And the whole thing is up in the air again.
When are they just going to give up?
When will they give them to Quebec?
Exactly.
Or...
Give up and give them... Halifax. Are you kidding me?
Somebody. I would say Quebec's the most deserving team now. Like, don't send them to Atlanta or something.
Yeah, no.
Atlanta's failed
I'm
twice.
just not a Quebec fan because we are from Alberta, Saskatchewan.
No, I am not either. But
as for hockey goes,
Montreal-Quebec rivalry would be pretty cool.
It would be.
Hamilton's another.
Hamilton would be a great one for me. Better than Quebec for me. But I believe Quebec already has the infrastructure. It won't be Saskatoon.
Oh, you read my mind,
man. Arena.
What if we're building a new arena?
Yep, give it to us. Okay, but the only thing, it's a hard market.
We can fill it with 5,000 fans.
Yeah,
we can.
5,000 easy.
But I'm not changing from the Oilers, but I'll support the Saskatchewan team.
Yeah, they would be your number 2.
That would be my number 2.
But the problem is, it would have to be a 5,000 person arena for sure, because you go bigger. It's hard to draw guys in. Like everyone says, well, the Riders can do it. They play 10 games.
Yes.
It's totally different.
It is. Once every 2 weeks.
That's only summer, basically, a little in the winter.
Yeah, good driving conditions, everything.
Hockey is right through the heart of winter.
It is.
I'm not driving up to Saskatoon if I don't absolutely have
to.
If you've got a daughter there, that's different. But even if the weather's shitty, you're not going.
I hate to say this, though, but I do have a daughter there, and I haven't been there in a year and a half because I'm so busy with sports with my other kid.
So your daughter comes home.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't get up there, and let's be honest, a hockey fan generally has small kids. He's running them.
During that season.
The diehard hockey fans do not have time.
No, it's got to...
Or a lot of the diehard.
That's why NHL is in bigger markets,
Yes.
You got to have the local fans that are right in the city that can quit work at 5 and still make it to the game at 8.
And how much would it cost us to have tickets and go to Saskatoon 3 times in 10 days?
Oh, geez.
I can't imagine.
I would love it. Like I said, I'd love it. I mean,
it would be cool.
It would be because I'm a huge Rider fan. You're a huge Rider fan. We get behind our province. We love where we're from. But damn it, anyways, NHL would just be such a tough market because of the amount of games.
Yeah, it's a big game thing, and I know like Winnipeg is selling about 15, maybe not quite 16,000 fans.
Okay.
And they're gonna have a tough go. They had trouble surviving there once, right?
Yep.
And they got a
1 million person city.
Yeah. They got a lot of sponsorship and stuff, but boy, it costs a lot of money.
Oh, it does. Man, if you just give it a thought, guys, insurance for each of these guys, all their budgets, their money,
$80-some million salary cap.
Salaries.
That's just for the NHL players.
That's right.
That is not for your coaching,
staff,
training staff, organizational staff.
Also, something I've really never thought a ton about is certain players have sponsors and whatnot, but for the guys that don't, the team picks up their sticks, their skates, all their gear and whatnot. I think they said it like averages like another $2.5 million a year on budget for the amount of shit they wear. Goalies alone can get 4 sets of gear they want.
We all know how crappy sticks are.
Oh, how much do they cost, Tyson, for a good stick?
$400
a piece. And you can have guys going through multiples in one game.
Yeah.
They play.
They got like 4
games.
on the bench
That's
at all
right.
times.
And then a stack back in the dressing room and a stack at home in their garage.
Yeah. So
no, man, it's millions and millions. And then their food budget, right? Like these teams, these guys aren't paying for their own meals when they're
power play going to happen in the Flames game with 2:35 left.
Calgary
on the power play. Could they phone a friend and maybe get like a substitute player in there?
Could we get McDavid for one power play?
Oh God, that would be horrible.
That would be horrible. We're not used to scoring on the power play. It'd be bad. We wouldn't know what to do with ourselves.
My prediction here before the power play starts, Calgary's going to score. Although UC Saros is playing tremendous.
Yeah, he is playing good. Yeah. He's a good goalie.
He is.
I like
a
him.
Very good goalie. And man, what is it with some organizations? They just can develop them.
Goalie. I bet you it's goalie coaching. Drafting and coaching. I have no idea, but they always have a good goalie. Pekka Rinne.
I know.
Soros. We're missing some. There's multiple goalies that they've had through their organization that are incredible.
Yep.
Like, yeah, and then every other organization. And then you got guys that, like, I wonder what is going to happen with the Calgary Wranglers. Their goalie, Derek Wolf, is breaking records. Shutout after shutout, 45 save performance, had a 60 save performance. I think he's won like 14 games straight. Like, it's wild what he's doing.
Yeah. So you're wondering out loud.
Like, are they ever going to give him a chance, or is that another guy that just gets lost in the shuffle? Like,
Could.
I mean, my God, we could use goaltending. It's been our Achilles heel for most of the year.
Yeah. Dan Vladar probably is the guy who's going to be the odd man out.
If
Wolf gets a chance.
If. And then which sucks to me because Markstrom hasn't proven anything.
Yeah.
We gave him the money and he's had just a horrible year.
I mean, look at Mike Comrie too. Or not Mike Comrie, Eric Comrie. Winnipeg Jets goalie. He had some good numbers, smaller guy, right? And he floated around, but he was WHL goalie of the year.
Yeah.
And this and that. And
can they make that jump?
No, yeah. Remember Kevin Nastiak from the Tigers?
Yeah. Big time.
Heatley.
Yeah.
Like really good guys, and you'd say, well, they have to be shoo-ins, and they just don't get the opportunity.
Yeah, or they get there and it doesn't pan out.
Yeah.
The reason that the Wolf one though really gets me is I haven't seen a kid put up stats like that.
Dustin Wolf.
Yeah, and WOLFE, and I mean
Everett Silvertips.
It's yeah. Now he's with the Wranglers. Yeah.
I'm a freak. I remember all that shit.
That's him, and he's just having a year of like. I think an unheard of year.
Yeah.
As a goaltender. Like
kind of like Stewie Skinner.
So as of now, yeah.
Yeah. Let's give him a little applause.
Yeah.
Stuart Skinner.
I'll tell you, I'm not a Skinner fan. I don't like his style. I find that I feel he battles the puck a lot. But he makes the save in the end. But he's got one thing that I am absolutely obsessed with, and that man has the best stash in the NHL, and I'm going to cheer for him because he is a Canadian boy. And I think that's cool.
I'm when he was in Lethbridge, and you remember there was I can't remember, Tyler Wong, I think, for the Lethbridge Hurricanes.
Don't remember that name.
Anyway, excellent player, and it was in that era. And Lethbridge was really good, but Stuart Skinner was the goaltender for Lethbridge then, and later went on to Swift Current. But I got to sit beside Stuart Skinner's mom when Lethbridge was in Medicine Hat, and just chatted back and forth a little bit. But he was a playoff performer.
Yeah, he always played better when it came down to it.
Oh my God, he'd have a decent regular season, but had another level in the playoffs.
Yeah, he lives for the big moment. He did in the dub at least, so we'll find out this year.
Let's see. He's going to be our man, and now
we will see.
Nashville has a power play. 22 seconds left in the game.
It was a shitty call. I watched it, but like we alluded to earlier tonight, you give one call, they just give the other team the other one.
I predicted Calgary to score the last power play, so I'm 0 for 1.
And I said they wouldn't, so I am 1 for 1.
You know what?
And I am predicting they don't score before the end of the second, but they score at the very start of the third.
What exactly is going to happen?
Overtime loss for the Flames.
Well, remember what I said earlier on in the show, that the worst thing that can happen for Winnipeg is Nashville wins in overtime.
Yeah, it would be the worst
because it keeps everybody still alive. If Nashville loses this game, they're done.
Yeah,
but they survive to overtime. If they win now, they're only 1 point behind Calgary with an extra game yet over Calgary and Winnipeg, right?
Yep.
So everyone is still in striking distance of the playoffs, which is excellent for the fans.
Yeah, it is good for the fans. I mean, the Flames are out. It is going to come down to Winnipeg
they're not
and
out until they're out, though.
No, they are out. I'm calling it. You can hear it here.
I know you're calling it. On? Test 1, 2.
They are done. They were done. I called it when they lost to Chicago because it didn't matter. And when I say done, they could miraculously win all the other games. Winnipeg could lose the next 2. They will go into the playoffs, and they will win at best, and that's only if they don't match up with the Oilers. They will win at best 1 game. If they match up with the Oilers, they will lose 4 straight, and it will be an abomination. It would be worse than if they just didn't make the playoffs.
Music to my
for
ears.
me.
So
the Oilers are too good, too well-balanced, too healthy.
Let's talk about a little bit of playoff preview. Let's go there just a wee bit. And so what teams in the East and West, as it stands today, and don't even care about matchups, but what teams, and you can give me one of each side or a couple on each side, what teams really, in your mind, are like, they're going to have a run? Like, they're going to be tough.
No, tough to beat out, I'll go with. Run, I don't know, because anybody can beat anybody, but a tough out, I think, is going to be Boston. I do. I mean, I'm not saying they could lose in the first round, but it's going to be a tough out.
Well, that's
whoever
what
beats
I said.
them,
I got to stick with it.
Whoever beats them is going to have to play their ass off because that team is the best team in the NHL and maybe the history of the NHL as far as wins go in a full season.
So here's the scary thing when you say that about Boston is, are they going to line up with Florida or New York Islanders, or both playing?
Well, Islanders aren't going to make it after tonight.
No? Did they lose?
They lost, yeah.
But they were still a point ahead of
They
Pittsburgh.
were, but I think, they were, but I think and Florida lost tonight as well.
Ooh.
But Florida did lose in overtime.
Oh, so Florida got a point.
So they did, yeah.
So they're 1 ahead of Islanders.
That's right. And I think now Pittsburgh
they'd
has
be
a game
2
at
ahead
hand on Islanders now, though. So
they were all tied going into tonight's games.
So
if Pittsburgh did not play tonight,
they didn't. No.
Okay, so they got a game on hand.
That's right. So I think that's going to flip flop there to them, just in my opinion. But I believe it doesn't matter. I believe
Pittsburgh had a good game against Boston a couple of weekends ago.
Lots of guys have, I'll tell you, but they're resilient. They know how to win.
Yeah.
My thing with them is they have the veterans, and they have one of the best goalies in the last few years. So, like I said, I'm not saying that. No, Linus Ullmark, but I do believe.
Oh, you're talking Boston.
I do believe that that doesn't mean that they can't be beat. But I'm saying a very tough out is going to be Boston on the East, and it's going to be New York Rangers. Yeah. Because you're going to have to score a piss pot of goals to beat the Rangers.
So you like the Rangers?
I think they're great offensively. I like their defense. a little bit, and I love their goaltending. But I will tell you, their center of the ice stuff, they're a little bit too fancy for me. A lot of long stretch passes. I watched them this weekend. It was the only time I've ever actually watched them a full game because Uncle Kim likes them.
Yeah.
And, man, constant stretch passes, which meant the odd time it was broken up and odd man rush the other way. They play a very loose, like, run and gun, fast game. But when it works, they're putting up 6-7 goals.
Yeah.
Sorokin can play that shutdown game if he wants to.
I'm super excited when we get all the playoff matchups that we can discuss and go through.
And we'll find out in 3 days.
Yes. Awesome. Thursday night, we're going to know. Playoff preview.
And then we have an NHL draft on Friday night. I know you're probably busy, but you're more than welcome. Me and Donnie run it every year.
Really?
The NHL playoff draft at the bar. It takes about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And we get about 20 to 30 guys.
Yeah.
And if you and Austin want to come in.
You draw numbers or what do
That's
you do?
right. And then it goes first pick and you draft. Yeah. First is going to be McDavid. Everybody knows it.
Oh, yeah. Well, McDavid, Draisaitl.
It would be. That's right. I bet you they might go 1-2. You might pick 1-2. Yeah. Honestly. There's a good chance. First time ever.
Nugent Hopkins 3.
No, you definitely wouldn't. You would go somewhere else like Pasternak or something.
That depends.
So not you, but everyone else would.
If I had the top 3 picks and
yeah, but that's not possible. You only get one, and then you would be like the 30th.
I'm just saying, if I could get all 3 of those guys.
Yeah, I mean that would be amazing.
Because that's a team. Oh, look at here, the Americans and the Canadian women played off today.
Oh yeah. Oh,
and
she's not happy.
We're
shootout.
in a shootout. Oh!
What a goal.
Canada! What a beautiful goal.
Little head fake.
And Canada wins 4-3 in the shootout.
Wow.
What a game. What a game. Way to go, ladies. That was tremendous.
That is tremendous.
I
have not been following, but that's awesome.
No, and that was for the pool. Pool A, I believe.
Okay.
So, they probably will meet again.
Oh, yeah.
And women's hockey is, wow.
It's getting better and better every year.
Faster, they're hitting more.
Yeah, their shots is what I'm most impressed with.
Yeah, but I interrupted now.
That's okay. We got live sports on in the background,
yes,
guys.
we got excited there, and I did anyways.
I don't disagree with you. I just know in a draft being a 1-2-3, there's not going to be enough Oiler fans in the room, if you know what I mean. That'll be luckily enough to get 1, 2, 3. There's been lots of Oiler fans. Fox Valley's loaded with those idiots.
Amen to that.
But I believe there will be a Pasternak picked up early. You know.
Yeah. You're going to go with the teams you think are going to go
Patty
far.
Kane's going to have an early pick with New York. You know, like the teams you believe in.
Yeah. Of course, the Avalanche will have a few.
And then out of the West, the Avalanche and, of course, the Oilers. Those are the only teams to beat in the West, in my opinion. I'm not afraid of LA.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of Vegas. Definitely not afraid of Winnipeg, Nashville, or Calgary.
No.
Who else do we got
Vegas,
there? Seattle doesn't scare me at all.
Vegas' goaltending seems like it's just not going to be there to me.
I agree. I don't mind their offense, but their back end I don't like.
Vegas may have trouble if they match up against Seattle. They may have trouble.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, like Seattle plays that LA style hockey.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And it's good. It's going to be
I have
a
a feeling, as long as the brackets work out that way, that it would end up being Edmonton, Colorado, which would make great theatrics.
I would love to.
And Edmonton will get their revenge.
That would be great.
And then I would like to see, which I don't know if it works out that way. I'd love to see a Boston, New York, because I do believe they both have fantastic goaltenders.
Yeah.
And they both have fantastic offense. I believe both those series in Edmonton, Colorado, and New York, Boston would be dynamite.
That would be great. That would be
and I do believe, and you know what? I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't want to hear your damn voice at this moment. I do believe the Oilers are going to be in the Cup this year. I don't want to hear it. I said I don't want to hear it. I'm not complimenting them. I hate them. But a guy's got to be real from time to time. And they're the best team in the NHL right now. And shut up. And I asked you politely. Shut up. Okay, that's good enough. But the Oilers are the best team in the NHL right now out of the whole league, and that's going against teams like I said, Boston, who is the best team in the history of the league. But that's how good the Oilers are right now.
This is the best Oilers team I have seen.
It might be one. I mean,
they
honestly,
have
you can go back to the Oilers of Gretzky, Messier, all Yari, Curry's, all those days and whatnot. Nah, I don't know, man. this squad right now, they are so offensively talented, mid-range talented. They've got a much better defense, and their goalie is playing fantastic, and their backup goalie is playing good.
Yeah.
It's if you're an Oiler fan,
It's
if you
fun.
are and you're out there, you are enjoying this more than you've enjoyed anything in your life if you're a sports fan, because they are absolutely incredible.
And they got depth. They got Holloway sitting in the wings in the minors waiting to come. Ryan McLeod has not played in a couple weeks.
They have a great team, yeah.
And I believe they are a very close-knit group. Huge shout-out to the Oilers coaching staff. And Jason Demers, they brought him up on Saturday to get his 700th career game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he was sitting on 699 for a couple of years. Never got an opportunity, and Edmonton signed him as a depth guy in the offseason. He's
That's
one
cool.
game off. What happens? He gets the call on Saturday, got some ice time, and got his 700th game. Probably going to retire now after this and probably not see another NHL game.
Which is fine.
Yes.
It's cool.
Yes. And you know,
That's how
lots
sports
of
are
times
supposed to be.
stuff like that really goes a long way.
Oh, it resonates. It's just it brings a culture.
Did they flood after regulation, or was that the second?
That was the second only.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's the third.
No, the Flames are still going to end up losing before regulation's over, man.
Okay.
No.
Well, let's get another update on the old Saskatoon Blades, and
I'm going to predict it 2-0. Shots 24
Okay.
to 16.
do we have a little Jeopardy music? It's loading.
I probably could do that, actually.
Ooh,
What do we got?
you're close. Shots 31 to 16.
Okay.
Saskatoon Blades 2-1.
Oh, wow.
6:50 left in the third.
What are the shots?
31-16
So they both scored on one shot.
in the third period.
They
Yeah.
each got a shot, and they each scored.
Yeah, and I'll
All
tell
right.
you how far apart them goals were in the third. Just bear with me here.
That is pretty cool.
That was. I'm going through the statistics, and here we're getting down. Oh, Connor Bedard, where are we? Goal. Gosh. Can't. Oh, there we go. Pressure's on. Do I have to have the answer? Do I have to have the answer by the time it's?
It's the long version. You should be okay.
Oh,
Good.
good. I need it. I need it. Well, okay, so Stanley Svozil for the Regina Pats scored 13-10. And Jake Chason at 7:56 of the third scored.
Okay.
So there we go.
Took a while to get some
Under the
shots
wire.
on net.
Yes, it did. But, just about 8 minutes in before there was the first shot. And it was
Wow.
a goal.
Wow.
So Saskatoon was up 2-0.
Wow. All right. Well, that's a fun game to watch right now. I'll tell you. My buddy's there. Kylie is there.
And go WHL, like the only game 7 in the league.
And a perfect one. Saskatoon,
Yes.
Regina, both Saskatchewan teams. That's pretty cool.
Great hockey, great hockey. I love the dub. Love it.
I do too.
And back to Justin Close and stuff. And I just wanted to say this, and I don't know the family at all, and just talked to Justin that night. But man, if you take from an outsider's perspective of what Justin's done and what he's accomplished, where he's at, and I know it's very tough. I'm a competitor. I've coached my whole life and stuff, and it's very tough when you lose something that you work so hard for. But as an outsider looking in, like, be very proud. Unbelievable accomplishments. Whether more comes of it, and I do believe there's going to be more ahead for that family and Justin, and he's going to land on his feet somewhere. But wow, just amazing, and they get the total applause from me.
I agree. It was. I don't. I mean, I'm not family or anything, but man, I was gutted for him, for them, and I totally agree. I think it was just a fantastic season. Don't let this stop you from enjoying it, and looking back on what the season was. I mean, they broke records. He broke records. He 6 shutouts. 15 months ago, he was nothing. He was a walk-on.
Yeah.
Third stringer. never going to play, never going to put the jersey on, really, just be a practice goalie, to last year making it, losing in the semis, and this year getting all the way to the national championship as a starter both years, and never supposed to being there. I mean, his story is incredible, and if I'm a scout or if I'm anything of any franchise in the NHL, I'm going, holy shit, we got to stop overlooking guys like this. He's proven them wrong big time.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You know, the hardest thing I found about that game Saturday was the overtime goal happened so quick. It's
Jesus,
like
did it ever.
You were in shock. It's like, what do you mean it's over? Like, did that actually happen?
That was unreal. Quinnipiac, they came to play, I'll tell you. After the
A
Gophers
set
got that
play.
second goal.
What a ballsy call. And I mean, obviously it worked. They had to win the draw. To the defenseman, off
2 passes.
the off winger, cutting.
2.
Gets it in full stride, goes up the wall and across and bang.
And what the hell were the Gophers doing? You cannot have a face-off at center ice, allow 2 passes to a 2-on-1 right off the go. That is brutal team defense. But they were playing to not lose instead of playing to win.
Wow. When the shots are 15-2 in the third, obviously.
Man, I was so gutted watching Justin skate off the ice in regulation. I was like 2 minutes and 36 seconds away from a national championship. And it's a team game. He would never admit to it. He's a good, humble kid. He knows. They let him down, in my opinion.
And the one goal, I'm sure he'd like to have back.
Absolutely.
Himself too. He kind of got handcuffed there. Actually, both goals, I'm going to say then. The 5-hole goal too. But he's kind of on his post. His left leg is on the post, and the pass is coming. But it's really tight to his pads.
Yeah, so as a goalie, you can't put your stick there. You can't. You're trained not to. You're supposed to let it go. But
that's why I call it a handcuff play.
It is. It's a great play as a player. I don't know why they don't do it more often.
Yeah.
But if you don't play it absolutely angled perfect with your stick, you put it in your own net every time.
Yes.
So
he couldn't do that. He couldn't block the
right
pass
play
with
is
his
to
angle.
try and almost what you're supposed to do, which is risky in itself. But the actual play is if you can get your stick down like a shot's coming at you, you kind of redirect it. But then it's supposed to go directly out to the middle.
Yeah.
Which could be a one-timer, but that's your risk you take.
Yeah.
He let it go by.
And there's a guy.
And then he had no defenseman there holding his offensive guy, which is who's supposed to take that guy. Left him wide open. And you're right. If it's 6 inches further out, it's no problem. If it's 6 inches in, it's no problem. Hits him in the pad, or he just flicks it out.
One of those...
But in that middle area, where with the goalie and
it's
awkward equipment, big blocker, stick, that is a horrible position for a goalie. I am the opposite. I'm aggressive as shit. I'm going for the poke check. 9 times out of 10, put it in my own net.
But it's a handcuffing.
Smart offensive play to put it right there at that point.
And it's like a quick decision you have to
totally
do too, right?
As a goalie, you've only got a split second. You make your decision. You live with it.
Yeah, and then the 5-hole, I think he was playing the deflection.
He was.
Yeah.
He was, and the guy put it right on net.
And the deflection was missed.
He didn't want that. He didn't. No. He didn't like that. Didn't want that. No. Of course, he didn't want that. He didn't like that.
Yeah.
You know he wanted it back. You know he probably wanted the first one back. But as a goaltender, you just move on to the next one. That's what it's all about. Yeah. And the winning goal, there was no chance.
Not a prayer.
Pass all the way across to a flying guy. Full speed comes to the other side of the crease.
Yeah.
You can't take anything away from it, whether he wants to go back or not. There was probably 5 other ones that should have gone in.
Yeah, he played very well. Hold your
Super
head high
impressed with Justin all year. Yeah. Proud of him, and I hate it. I freaking hate losing.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was a gopher that day.
Oh, we were all gophers that day.
Me,
We were. And
stupid.
I think all our listeners were gophers that day.
I agree. I had lots of people texting, what's that game? What TV is it on?
Yeah.
It wasn't on any of the Canadian TVs, but luckily enough, it was on the TSN app.
Oh, okay.
So that's how we watched it. We just I went onto my app, and because I've got a Bell subscription,
connected to your smart TV.
Yeah, and Uncle Kim's got a smart TV, and I just streamed it Apple Play or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I watched it on ESPN2 on my
which is what we were streaming through TSN 5.
Yeah,
ESPN2.
No, that was great. It was great.
It was a good feed, and I saw Braden on TV 4 times.
That's cool.
Which was cool. He was in the right corner, second row, right on the edge.
Yeah.
Going up the way. And he had a bright yellow M shirt on.
Yeah.
And because I knew where he was, then I could pick out his wife and his mom and dad.
You know what I'd like to see? So we got to see a little bit more university hockey, but why the hell can't we see more WHL hockey?
Oh, I would love it on TV. Why not?
Yeah, like they used to.
Weird. Yep.
At one time, I think it was it Shaw that
Yes,
had
it
the
was.
games?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Megan's parents have Shaw still to this day, and that's where I watched them all.
Yeah.
Every time I was there, there'd be a game on.
Yeah, and that was great. And now it's the online thing, and you got to
Yeah.
subscribe. But
I hate it.
like, you want exposure to your players, and
You want to
let's
make money for the team and all that?
Let's put them on TV. Let's put them Saturday night
Parker
under
and
the
Levi
lights.
would love watching a WHL game.
Oh,
They're
I'd
Tiger
watch
fans.
it.
That's their NHL team, really, when
Yeah.
you think about it.
Yeah,
Because they get to actually see these guys.
exactly.
We put them right front row for $18 a seat.
Yeah.
They get the experience. You don't think if the Tiger game's on upstairs, they're not, oh my God, hey, there's our goalie, there's this guy.
Yeah.
You know, they relate to it like we do. as fans.
And you're probably going to go to most home games anyways, and you're going to follow the team on the road.
On the road, yep.
So
You're going to find more kids in jerseys, more of that shit going on.
So here's a shout out to the Canadian Junior Hockey League. Like, let's get this shit on.
Yeah,
TV.
it doesn't have to be every game, but let's put a couple on every night.
And not just Calgary, like because Calgary's in a big city
That's
or
true.
Edmonton. Let's get the Swift Currents. Let's get the Prince Albert Raiders.
Winnipeg, the Medicine
Yeah,
Hats, all the...
CTV, your local.
Why not?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's.
I mean, we can stream our kids playing in midget hockey games
exactly
through Live Barn. Why can't they just take it one step further?
Exactly, and you know what? Yeah, I know it costs money to produce these games. But
You'll make it back.
they will make it back, and they want the next generation fans to get interested. Well, there's your.
I totally agree.
Opportunity.
I think it'd be. I'd love watching the Tigers or the Broncos.
Oh,
playing. Are
I
you
know.
kidding me?
I'd
have watched a lot more Winnipeg Ice games this year than just one.
Absolutely.
That team is good.
That team is good, and the Kamloops Blazers, like actually the Memorial Cup week, so is one of my favorite weeks of hockey.
Really?
Yeah, I watch that loyally every week, and I watch all the teams because they fought so hard to get there.
Yeah,
They're
it's true.
all
They're
good
the best
teams.
of the best, other than the host.
Yeah, but this year the host will be one of the best.
That's
of the
right.
best.
Which is rare, which is awesome.
Yeah, but it'll be great to see
Yeah.
that, and I love that week. It's kind of like World Juniors.
Yeah, it is very similar. Honestly, they are the World Juniors.
They are, and great hockey. They're doing it for the love of the game, and they're looking to get to the next level.
That's right.
And
They're trying their ass off because after this, they don't know if they got anything.
yes, so just a shout out. I'd like to
Pretty
hear some
sweet.
more.
I like that idea a lot.
You betcha. And we are in the third here now. It is 1-1, and the power play is over for the Flames.
For the
And
Nashville 'cause
Predators,
the
yeah.
Flames
Yeah.
toasted their own, and then Tanev took one, and
So let's see if this baby goes into OT heaven. And,
Winnipeg is hoping not.
No, they are hoping not. But so what do you got coming up in the next, short while? You got anything on the cooking end of things? Anything change or you
Not overly. In the real close future here.
probably some wings in your future?
Oh, there's definitely some of these wings from Centennial Foods. There is zero doubt.
Oh, that
Maybe even tomorrow. Honestly,
that
now that I
breading's
got them,
pretty awesome.
it
that
is
you got on
amazing.
there.
They're great wings.
Yeah.
I've got next week. I'm in Saskatoon actually, which I haven't been for years.
Nice.
But
Nice.
finally, since COVID, we're finally back to normal
Yeah.
insurance conventions.
Oh, okay.
So me and Donnie are gonna go get a few beer skis
That's
in
why
us.
my
and-
goddamn rates are so high.
Yeah, well,
this
we
year.
have to go. It's expensive.
Yeah.
So everyone's rates this year are going up. We apologize, but man, come on. If we don't network, your claims are going to suck. So you're
yeah,
welcome.
yeah.
You're welcome.
I see where this is going.
That's the Schmaltz Insurance motto. So I've got that coming up next weekend, and then we're into May after that. In May, I don't have much. June, I've got the Centennial Foods thing
Yep.
coming up, start of June.
Yep.
Then I'm going to go cook for the CEO, one of the CEOs of Troll Clothing.
Yep.
His son's graduating this year. I'm doing their
Nice.
grad dinner, which was pretty special for me to be
Yep.
asked to do that.
For sure.
So me and Megan are going to head up to Lloydminster, Alberta, Saskatchewan, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's where these boys are from. If you don't know that, that's a small town, two small town boys, Justin and Jay. And I'm going to cook for Jay and his son. And then I'm cooking backstage at the Brantley Gilbert Nickelback concert in Calgary.
Nice.
And then cooking for these guys again in August up in Cold Lake, Alberta,
Yep.
with Mr. Chad Ward, Whiskey Man Barbecue, finally coming to Canada. I'm excited to have some beers in town with him. And when I say in town, I mean in Canada. I don't know if he's coming back here yet. Well, we're working on him.
Yeah.
But they got a big event called Mudfest. If you don't have tickets, go online. They're selling fast. We got big bands playing Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. It's a huge ordeal. Me and Chad will be there cooking the Whiskey Band Barbecue.
Right on.
For Trollco. Other than that, I think I got a couple grad dinners in town.
Okay, yeah.
A couple parents have asked me to do a couple things.
Sweet.
Dwayne Schneider.
Yeah, you said your insurance thing is on the weekend next weekend?
Yeah, so I leave
during the week. Okay.
I leave Thursday and get back Sunday.
Nice.
So it's Thursday night, Friday all day, Saturday all day, drive home hungover Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
that's it for...
You got the girls watching The Office off.
No, we stay open, and I'm a lazy ass, and I'm leaving Thursday, and Dawn's got to stay and work Friday.
Oh, you...
So I don't leave till work's over Thursday.
Yeah.
And I'll go up Thursday night.
Yeah.
Donnie, as you know as well, and a lot of you guys do, but some don't, he's not quite the people person that I am. I like to visit. He'd rather just go to the courses, learn, go for beers afterwards. He doesn't like to network too much or visit. Like, he'll visit with you. You come in, he likes you, he gets along.
He's all business.
Donnie is all business. I'm the...
someone has
There we go.
be.
Nashville scored.
Nice.
There we go. So I go a day early. I go to a couple other events and things.
Yeah.
I network a little more. I like to visit.
Yeah.
And
maybe you could check out a Blades game.
And if they're still in it, absolutely. I won't, but I could. There's a lot of networking. The evenings are kind of a big deal. That's when we meet with all of our adjusters and stuff like that in the insurance industry. So
it's a who's who of insurance.
It is, yeah, in for Saskatchewan.
You ever I'm trying to think of who the big insurance company is, the ex-football player. Is it O'Day? Not O'Day. From Regina, the big football Rough Riders involved with an insurance broker. I'm trying to think of his name.
We do have, I know there's one adjuster from SGI is actually... I'm
trying to think... slipping to mind, but he's involved with one of the big outfits.
Yeah. There's a few
in Regina.
Matt, I know who you're talking about. It doesn't matter, but I know who you're talking about.
Yep.
But yeah, there's Belton Johnson is actually an SGI adjuster as well.
Yeah.
Belton is.
Big old lineman.
Chris Schultz.
Yeah.
Is that the insurance guy?
No, Chris Schultz was TSN.
Oh,
it is Schultz.
Schultz.
But it's not Chris
Not
Schultz.
Chris Schultz. But it's Schultz, right?
Yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah.
He actually retired early as a Rough Rider because he had an insurance opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah. Big old bald guy.
Yes. I know. Schultz. I can't remember his first name.
I can't either, but that's who it is.
That's who it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he'll be there.
Oh, nice.
He'll be at convention.
Nice.
Actually, we've had some pretty cool stuff. Jerry D. Do you know him from the Jerry D show?
Yeah.
He was at our SGI convention.
Family Feud.
Yep. He was there in 2000. He was our entertainment that we hired.
Okay, yeah.
He did a stand-up show for us. But he partied with us after in 2015.
Well, you got to do...
Haley Wickenheiser's been there once.
Cool. You can
Brent
do
Butt.
it like maybe a stand-up bit yourself.
The fans' perspective is here, guys. I don't think any STI guys want to hear from Tyson and Josh. We got you. You give us the mics.
Oh, well, maybe we could interview Schultz.
Live stuff.
Yeah.
I could talk to him. I can talk to Belton Johnson. We can see what goes on. Why not?
100%, yeah.
I mean, all I got to do is buy him a few whiskeys. I'm sure they're in.
Get some ex-Rough Riders on here.
I'll make some contacts.
Right on.
Why
Well,
not?
you do that. We'll send you Wednesday. The fans' perspective.
We'll go a day early. Yeah, it's on the house. I'll take the company credit card.
Yeah,
you
sounds
good with that?
good. Yeah, we're totally good with that.
All right, we'll take the company card.
Motherfucker.
I'm taking Prairie Harvest's company card, just so everybody knows.
Prairie Harvest is a sad state of affairs.
Yeah, so is Schmaltz Insurance and Josh Schmaltz. But we're living life.
Yeah, we
and
are.
your Easter. I know you had grandbaby. You had everybody home.
Everyone was home. All of my kids were home. Grandbaby was home. Funny story. So Courtney, my oldest, she gave me the gears this weekend. She's like, Dad, on one of your shows you said your whole family sits and watches hockey. You talked about Maddie. You talked about Austin. You talked about Peyton.
You never mentioned
me, she said. And I said, well, I didn't know you cared about hockey.
Or that you listened, Courtney.
Yeah. So anyways, I got the Riot Act read to me. So
Courtney watches.
Yeah, Courtney, glad you come home and cheer for the Oilers.
I'm not. Courtney,
and Brett's an Oiler fan too.
So. No, he's not. I've talked to him.
Oh yes,
I've turned him.
I turned him into one right away when they were dating.
Yeah, he just did that as every guy just does whatever the father-in-law says. Good God.
He's got Oilers ginch, just saying.
Oh, yeah, well, everyone does, whether they're white or not. They have a stain in the bag. It's all an Oilers ginch after that.
But yeah, we did that, and then we had some turkeys and extended family in on Saturday, and been calving every day. And,
how many left?
About 40.
Okay, we're getting there.
We're dwindling her down.
4 weeks probably,
yeah,
right? Something like that.
Yeah, maybe. And now I got a pig that's going to farrow, and so we're doing that. And spring works upon us, man. Getting things ready. We had some major runoff this week.
If you aren't from here, we got houses flooding out in the farms and stuff. And,
yeah, so...
well, I mean, it's nice. That means we got moisture. It sucks that it melted so fast, but we did have a pretty slow couple melts before this major one.
Yeah, it's nice to see some water
It
around
is.
for a
All the
change,
sloughs
so.
from Richmond here are full.
Tie game. Wow, and a nice setup. Huberto. But, it's great to see for a change.
Yeah, it is.
And, yes, we need lots of moisture. It's just a start. But,
and they said there's rain in the forecast the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
they keep saying it, so let's believe it this time.
Well, hope, it's probably closer
Fingers
to 2
crossed.
weeks than
it'll
week.
always be either the 7th day on the 1 week forecast or the 14th day on the 2 week forecast.
Environment Canada.
Totally.
Plus temperatures on day 5.
Yeah, day 5. Ooh, honey, +1.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. What are you going to do when it's +1? Yeah. Oh, my God.
Did you ever see that YouTube
video? Oh, yes. It's hilarious.
If you haven't, go to YouTube and Google Environment Canada 5-day forecast, and it's hilarious.
It is quite comical, yeah. They just keep changing it. Every day they wake up, they're like, oh, it's not Thursday this time. It's Friday. We're going to get it for the weekend. And then they wake up the next day. It's not Friday anymore, honey, but it is still Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, honey. Oh, I'm going to wash the car. I'm going to do the windows. Yeah.
+1.
+1.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool commercial, but and we got branding coming up, and crazy. It's gonna get busy around.
You cattle guys
get busy around home for sure, and I like the smell of dirt turning too. So
yeah, that's true. It's almost that time, man. I'm excited for it. At the office, it's kind of my favorite time of year too. To be honest with you, with insurance, it's a good time. Everyone seems to be a little happier, a little more chipper. All my phone calls that I get at the office are coming from the tractor. Yeah, guys are in a good mood, and they're booking camping. And so it's just a happy time.
Camping book too, so
absolutely.
Yeah, do you do any camping yourself?
I don't own a trailer, but we do when people are camping. Yeah. Like let's say you called us at Josh, we booked in at Elkwater for 2 weeks. It's our 2 week span. We'll try and book in the lodge for a couple of the nights so that we can. We'll abuse you for your campsite. Yeah. Kids can run 100%. Around, and then we just stay overnight at the lodge because we don't have a trailer yet.
Well, you have to come down to the landing because we're down to the landing this summer. Okay. So, and we like to do Cypress a little bit too, but we are going to do some fun stuff on the show in these places.
I've never camped at the landing. I've golfed there twice.
And I believe we've got a prime rib challenge we're going to be doing pretty soon.
We've already discussed it. Yes. It's happening.
Yeah. So we'll have to fit it in. However it works over the next month or so, and
there is no problem with fitting in a prime rib at any time for me. So
that's going to be great, and I'm excited. Tomorrow night's the Blue Jays home opener. I mentioned it earlier, and super stoked about that. And of course, playoff hockey round 1.
I'm telling you, if you're around Friday at all, if in any way, and Austin or Peyton, I guess Peyton can't get in the bar, but. Austin.
He'll sure try.
You can sit in the doorway. You can sit in the doorway.
Tricidal!
Just yell at him. Yeah. He'll be texting, calling, yelling. So we go there. It takes about 2 hours. We have a couple beers, support the local tavern. Yep. And me and Donnie have been doing it. I started it in 2009, and I've never won it, which sucks.
So what's it cost for people?
Like $20, and then basically
$20 and you're in.
And the winner takes everything. Yeah. There's because we don't have no overhead. No hold back. Me and Donnie run it. It's the Schmaltz Insurance. When we do an NFL one too, which I'd love to get you in on this year.
Oh yes.
But that one there is a trophy in the line. We literally, me and Donnie paid for a replica of the
Vince
Lombardi trophy, and you get your name on that one.
I'll phone the engraver now. I'll phone the engraver now, and I'm gonna just get my name kind of. And speaking of things. One last thing that we're going to touch up on. Our logo is almost complete.
Actually.
And we are going to be getting some swag done up. We're just doing some research on that and getting some pricing and stuff. So we're going to be carrying some sweaters and some T-shirts and some ball caps and stuff like that. So if that interests you at all, please contact us and we'll have some prices there for you as well.
Yeah, I'm actually texting Dusty right now just to get the actual time frame and exactly when he's going to email me all of our links to. And guys, something cool about our logo is we have multiple logos that got made. I'm not gonna give you too much of a hint, but they're kind of for all the different fans of all sorts.
Yeah,
of
so you can get what you want. Yeah,
so if you do honestly want to support us, we'd love it.
Some will be joint, some won't.
We are gonna have some house divided type of stuff. So let us know what you want, and we're very excited to release it. We love the logo.
Oh yeah,
I think it turned out amazing. It was done a while ago, but the guy that's doing it, his name is Dusty, and he's crazy busy. Literally works for the NFLPA. He's a good friend of mine, and I wasn't going to push his buttons to make him get it done sooner because that's mean. Me and Tyson are pretty chill guys.
You betcha.
But he texted me yesterday and said I'll have it by today, and I haven't received it, so I'm texting him right now to say, hey, bro, what the hell?
And we got, once we get it all done up, we got to send some to Natasha as well for being a guest. And all our guests will get that as well.
Yeah, we'll get one to Justy, too. We'll get him a hat.
Yeah, 100%. And then we, like I said, we got lots of cool stuff coming ahead. Hopefully can do some cooking there in Calgary with Natasha this summer.
That'd be awesome.
Calgary Stampeders, Rough Riders.
Tailgate it. I wouldn't even mind going for Calgary Stampeders versus the Eskimos.
I'd go for anything.
That would be a Battle of Alberta's fun, I guess. I've never been.
Get a show out of it and get to
hang out with Natasha. Just feel it out a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh, that would be. And maybe get down to the football field. Like, it'd be nothing better if we could maybe go a little early and I could throw you a football kind of around or something like that.
I've been told I throw a hell of a spiral. I'm just saying.
But just to get to field level, wow.
Oh, I would love to just walk around in the field. I've been on the old Mosaic when AC/DC was in town, but it didn't feel like Mosaic. They already had the stage set. Like there was no, the field wasn't underneath of us. It was a black tarp or whatever,
and just maybe meet some players and whatever. Anything would be awesome.
I want a quarterback to throw me a route. I don't give a shit if there's any quarterbacks out there that are willing to do it. I want to run a route, and one defensive back can knock me over.
I'm going to be the defensive back. I just have been waiting for that.
You bastard! I'm very fast on my feet.
Lots of exciting stuff ahead, and man, it's going to be a busy summer. Lots of cool, fun stuff ahead. Can't wait.
I'm excited, man. The show's only going to get more fun, and there's more and more stuff. I pray that Lamar signs.
That's always
that for me, of course. I mean,
that
drama is going to just continue on until something happens.
Yeah, it is.
But the Odell Beckham really did put me in better spirits in regards to. Because they are best buds, they've been training together, and literally Lamar said,
"You have some hope."
He asked him last year, "Go get me Odell." He even tweeted it.
Yep.
And now that they have, it just makes it more promising. The fact they celebrated that contract together, and he said, "Welcome to Baltimore," it makes me feel a little better. I'm still not like I said. You texted me, and I said I can't celebrate yet.
But
I love it.
Feeling better.
But I feel better about it. And I love the Odell signing regardless. Yeah. We needed a number one receiver. Ravens have never had one since Anquan Bolden left. Or not left, retired.
Yeah.
And we only got him at the end of his career.
Yes.
It's about time. And I mean, Odell's towards the end as well, but he's much more towards the middle than any guy we've ever had.
Yeah. No, that's exciting for sure. And nothing better, don't matter what team.
Off-season signings.
What team that you're a fan of. When they make a signing or
a splash
that you get excited.
You do. As we're real fans, guys, just like you are, like obsessive fans. And when something like this happens, it is a big deal. Like I was looking at, like shit, what number is he gonna wear? Maybe I'll get his jersey. It's a big deal. Like
I remember a number of shows ago, before the trade deadline, and I went off on frickin' Ken Holland, and then when he got Matthias Ekholm, like he was a god to me all of a sudden because we got that defenseman we absolutely needed, right? And hey, he looks like a god right now when you look at that trade because wow, did that change the Oilers?
Yeah.
And as a fan, you just get super pumped, and whether you're super pumped or super pissed. That's the great part about being a fan. You can critique it or you can be on board with it.
Yeah. Totally. Fans, they get any opinion, just like we do.
Yeah, yeah.
Our opinion doesn't really matter, guys.
No,
You,
no.
I hope you argue with us. Send me messages. I loved it with the Live and the PGA, and we've had one about some curling and whatnot. I
Yep.
love getting that
Yep.
feedback one way
Oh,
or the
yeah,
other.
that's great.
Shit, Tyson just razzes the shit out of me all day long. He sends me pictures of Lamar in an Indianapolis Colts jersey, in a Minnesota Vikings jersey. That's perfect, guys. Get involved. We love this shit.
And we will be getting you involved. I'm not sure what night it's going to work out yet, but we will get that figured out. But our playoff preview, possibly Thursday night if it works out, I'm thinking, because we should know the
Thursday night.
We should know the matchups.
Yep.
Friday night you're busy.
Yep. Friday night we're busy.
Wednesday you always got a rec board thing or whatever.
That's
going on.
Tuesday, but
Okay.
Wednesday I am gone.
Yep. So we'll get it put together.
Yep.
And we're gonna get
Even
you.
if we have to do a maybe video, our first one.
Yeah.
One from your house, one from mine. We have a whole video
Yep.
set up now.
Yep.
So
Whatever, and we're gonna get the fans involved in that one. So
yeah, I like that one. The phone calls.
you betcha.
I think that's
or
awesome.
maybe even Sunday. Might have to put it back to Sunday. Depends
We
how.
could.
Depends
I
when
think
the first
Thursday
game
might
is.
be able to work.
Yeah, depends when the first game
It
is.
sounds like Sunday or Monday.
Okay, so but if we can get it into Thursday, we will, and we'll get it as soon as we can. And like I said,
Yeah.
we're gonna get the fans.
That'll be a
involved.
fun one, guys. Honestly, you'll
You
love
bet.
that.
And we're gonna go from our perspective to many
Your
fans. Yeah, to
perspective.
your perspective.
And if you want to be called,
yes,
get a hold of
Give
us,
us a
guys.
shout.
DM us. If you already got our cell numbers, text us.
yeah,
If you want, DM us through Instagram, YouTube. You can leave us messages, our TikTok, or Josh at fansperspective.ca. We finally got a computer. We really should set Tyson up on that. But
Yeah.
right now it's just Josh at fansperspective.ca. Email, text us. We
wanna get you involved.
Instagram. Let us know, and we'll call you that night, and we'll link it up, and you can give us your opinion on the. Even if you want to talk something else other than
Yeah.
NHL,
Hey.
we'll gladly have you on the show.
this is our show, but it's their show as well.
That's right, guys. And you know what? We make the rules.
You betcha, you betcha. So that's all I got for tonight. Looking forward to the next one, the big playoff.
Oh, it's a big deal. There's so much going on, man. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm already out on the Flames, and I'm good because it wouldn't matter even if they made it. It would be a damn joke. Kind of like Bedard going any further if he does.
I'm going to give one more update on
But
the Regina game here before we go off the air.
I am excited to watch it regardless. So
It's the first round, and I know I'm an Oiler fan. I know how dismal it can be. We've had a lot of bad years, but the first
Totally.
round is the best. Yeah, this is shitty loading. But, first round is the best frickin' round.
just like NHL, like everything.
And there's
More
hockey
games.
all the time. Like in a tractor, I'm listening to game
Tyson,
after game.
next week it starts, brother.
I know, and if you're bored, let me tell you, tune in to the Jeff Merrick show during the day, during the playoffs.
Okay.
It talks about the night prior and the night of what's going to happen.
Wicked.
And what a great show that is.
That sounds great.
It is. Jeff Merrick and what do you think the score was?
3-1.
4-1 Saskatoon Blades advance.
There you go.
Yeah. So Elliot Friedman and Jeff Merrick do that show. Great together. And I might possibly have a invite out to one or both of them boys.
Oh, God, hopefully it's not Friedman. Oiler, son of a bitch.
Well, he's not an Oiler guy, but I don't mind the Elliot.
He's an Oiler guy. He's a little biased.
Who isn't? But,
Well, any bandwagon guy is.
hats off to the Saskatoon Blades for advancing.
Yeah, way to go, you assholes. You took the best player in the whole damn league out. Bunch of buttholes.
Great job for them because I cheer for Saskatchewan teams. So
Regina's from Saskatchewan, too. And we had the best player in the league.
I
Maybe
know
in the
Regina
country.
is, but they weren't the best team. They weren't.
No,
the best
they
team.
weren't. But you took the best player out.
You bet.
That'd be like McDavid going on the first round.
Not
Other than
happening.
me, no one wants to see that.
Not happening. But
Well, it's not.
anyways, that's probably it for tonight. The next show will be the playoff preview, and thanks for tuning in. For those of you on YouTube,